I'm Kobe.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is NBC 10 News.
Okay, ready? So, our special guest this week is Siddhartha.
So, Siddhartha, you've had a pretty interesting life. How did it all start?
It started out as a Brahmin. It was a rich merchant class, and I thought that would be a good thing to do. But I decided to be a samana as I got older.
Why?
Because I thought I've already learned as much as I can as a Brahmin, and I wanted to learn more about the world, and I thought a samana would be a good gig.
Wow, that's interesting.
Pretty interesting.
So, Siddhartha, did you decide to stay as samana for the rest of your life?
No, I did not. I stayed with the samanas for quite a long time, but I learned a lot during that time, but I didn't learn enough, so I decided to leave with my friend Govinda, who was with me at the time. And as we were walking around, we heard about a holy Buddha named Gautama, and we decided to go visit him.
And how was your visit with Gautama?
It was interesting. I learned a lot of new ideals from Gautama, but he didn't ask me to join his group of traveling monks, but I said no, so I was going on my way, but Govinda decided to stay with him instead.
Okay.
And Govinda stayed.
So, how did you feel about Govinda leaving you?
It hurt, but after a while I realized it was a necessary thing to do. That I needed to find my journey alone and not have a friend with me. So I walked around for a while and stumbled upon a town, and there I met a girl named Kamala.
And who is this Kamala girl?
She was a courtesan that I wanted to learn the art of love from, but she wouldn't do it with me yet because I needed money and clothes and give her presents and stuff.
So, whatever happened with Kamala?
I soon learned the art of business. She told me I had to become a merchant, so I was a student to a guy named Kamaswamy.
So, what did Kamaswamy teach you?
He taught me the art of being a merchant, and he taught me money and how to handle business deals and stuff. It was interesting. Because I didn't really believe in material things because I used to be a samana. So I got the money and the clothes and the presents for Kamala, and she taught me the art of love.
And you two ended up falling in love with each other?
Well, that's a mutual term because we both couldn't love because she was a courtesan and my beliefs wouldn't let me love. So I didn't feel like I should fall in love with her. She was just there.
So, did you end up staying in that town with Kamala?
No, I did not. We had sex most of the time, but I decided that it got very boring with the continuous cycle of going to work and spending money. I got addicted to gambling too, so I decided to get out of that. So I left the town. I was pretty distraught, so I decided to commit suicide by jumping in a river.
Well, thank God you didn't. What happened after that?
I was fixing to, but I heard the holy I don't know what that means, but just go with it. And then I passed out because I hadn't slept for a couple of days. And I woke up to find my friend Govinda, and he got me out of my trance with suicidal thoughts, and I decided to become a ferryman afterwards.
So, how was life as a ferryman? And also, can you describe what a ferryman is? Because some people might not know.
My life as a ferryman was very interesting. I met a man named Vasudeva. He taught me how to be a proper ferryman and stuff. And people that don't know, a ferryman is a person that takes people across the river for payment or money so they don't have to walk through the river by themselves.
Seems very convenient.
And where did you live during all of this?
I stayed in a hut by the river. It was a very poor life, but I enjoyed it.
Living in a hut, which was pretty poor, did you ever see Kamala again?
Not for a while. I did see her again, though. And Vasudeva was running from... He was yelling about something, and I realized he was carrying a woman in his arms, which he never has a woman.
What?
And I realized it was Kamala, and she had a snake bite on her. And when she was carried to the hut, and she eventually died, but before she died, she said that the kid she was with was her kid. And apparently I'm a father now.
What? She died?
Yes.
And how was that? How did you feel about that? Don't seem...
I felt kind of relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah.
How?
Like another burden off my shoulders.
Oh, I mean, how was the son? Your son. How did you know it was yours?
Because she told me. And
So you just believed her?
I believed her, yeah. And he kind of looked like me too. And he had that same douchebag arrogance as a kid that I had.
So are you still an arrogant?
No, I've lost my arrogance along the way. And I'm more like a thinker. I have to think about things I do and stuff.
What happened to Vasudeva?
One day, as he got older, he lost his eyesight, and his eyes became weaker and stuff. And one day, he told me to take me down to the river. I got down to the river. It was like really weird. It became like he like disappeared in a bright ball of light. It was like really trippy.
So he left you along with everybody else?
Well, not technically. I left everybody else. But he died, so he did kind of leave me. Yes.
So who who do you have now?
Well, I had nobody. I stayed by the river by myself for quite a long time. Then I realized, and then one man on my boat, I realized this was my longtime friend Govinda, and so we talked for a while and stuff, and I realized my life was pretty much all set. I was gonna spend the rest of my life by this river, and I am to that day.
This has been NBC 10 News with
Siddhartha.
and that's a wrap.
Yeah.